Hi, everybody. My name is Matt Ray. This is cool. Sorry, I gotta get used to this microphone. How you doing? Listen, my favorite thing about this is I have a clicker. As a former high school teacher, this is my favorite thing in the world. Thank you for joining me today. We're gonna have a great time. Listen, I'm an educator for the Wine Spirits Education Trust. I was a high school teacher, but I was drinking too much, so I returned to the spirits industry. If you think you can keep up with public educators and you're drinking, you're wrong. They will bury all of us. They need a drink and they deserve a drink, let's be honest. So now I work for the Sazerac Company at their cocktail museum in New Orleans, and I do education for the company. Cool. Guys, let's look at some Nielsen data. Listen, we know the number one, it's the margarita. Maybe from now until forever. Let's find out what the next top 7 or 8 are. Number 2, the martini. Holy crap, really? An honest-to-God martini? Probably not. If you're a bartender, you know you need to ask, do you mean straight gin, straight vodka, or do you mean real honest-to-God dry vermouth? We'll see. Usually it's just liquor if my mom's ordering it. 2, the Moscow Mule. Guys, geez, mixing anything with ginger beer is a slam dunk. It's so easy to make people happy by mixing whatever product you make with ginger beer or ginger ale. It goes with everything. Espresso martini. Wow, a shocker. Cool. Espresso martini is still very popular. The old-fashioned, tried and true. Again, this is more of a format, a style of drinking than an actual cocktail. Again, mezcal old-fashions. Gosh, you name it. Any category can be an old-fashioned. The mojito. The Long Island iced tea. Guys, this is the one thing we're going to come back to. And then, listen, number 8, the spritz. The spritz is still very popular because you know what? It's great. It's always hot. The most interesting one up here is the Long Island iced tea. Why do people order these? Because you get drunk for cheap. And I don't know if you guys know this, but it's getting expensive out there. And people love a bargain. And the fact that the Long Island iced tea is on the rise is maybe a shot across the bow that we should pay attention to. On that note, it's also not a shocker. Prices are going up. Data shows that the average cocktail price went up a whole damn $1 in 2023. And honestly, depending on what market you're in, probably a hell of a lot more. However, what is amazing is that the sheer volume of cocktail sales is still going up. So I tell you what's interesting about cocktails is that during the recession, when I was bartending at Cura in New Orleans, what we noticed is that we thought the recession would hit our cocktail bar really hard. But what people do is they have this interesting thing called trading up, where they drink less, but they spend more money because they want more bang for their buck. They want a meal, they want a dinner, they want an experience for the money they're going to spend. They're not just going to go out and casually drink every single night. But when they do go out once or twice, it's going to be fancy. Oh no, beer and wine consumption is way down. This is not a new trend. As you can see, this is a trend that's been going on for like over a decade. What is interesting though? Listen, beer is way down, wine's way down. But you know what's fun is that revenues are somehow up. That's crazy. We're selling less wine, but we're making more money. And guess what? It's the phenomena of trading up. When people are drinking wine, they're getting fancier, nicer wine. And again, that's mostly in part because of the education that people like you guys provide. The only category of spirits that was up in sales is tequila. And guess what? The margarita is probably helping that out a lot. I tell you what's wild, though, is that tequila has so saturated the market that now the demand for once obscure Mexican spirits is also way up. Have you guys ever been? You guys like Disney? I used to work for Disney, and I still like it. I'm a sucker for it. If you go to Mexico in Epcot, they have this actually incredible award-winning tequila bar. This tequila bar in Epcot has a Sotol menu. They sell Raicilla at Epcot now. That's crazy. Anyway, kind of neat. Great job, everybody. Alternatives to alcohol continue to grow in bars. Man, you remember when non-alcoholic beers were depressing? And if you ordered those, you were in a bad spot. Wow, things have changed. So NA beers used to be an incredibly depressing category, but now almost all the major players have a non-alcoholic option. And now I see people wearing yoga pants, chugging NA beers in the middle of the day. That's kind of neat. CBD and hemp, This is still kind of a nebulous area depending on the state because like the laws are still kind of nebulous for CBD. CBD sparkling water in New Orleans specifically, you can find CBD options at almost every dive bar in New Orleans. THC, this is the strangest one on the market because for two things. One, the legality, insanely weird, really unusual, still varies state by state. Some states are gung-ho, like Colorado is to the wall. They're so excited to put THC in anything. But like Louisiana just 2 weeks ago banned THC in CBD sparkling water. So we're going to pull a lot of the products that came from the market recently. Here's the thing. If you were a bar or know a bar that's carrying THC products, you've got to give your customers a little bit more patience. How long did it take you to learn how to navigate alcohol consumption? A lot of us spend our whole lives learning what's the right way to drink. What's the proper way to drink? What's the fancy way to drink where you can be in polite company and drink with your grandma or get wild at a party? And there's different times for different things, right? So what people are going to have to do is they're going to have to relearn how to consume this drug in a brand new way in a new space that was foreign to it before. Sustainability. Oh, this has been so popular for a good reason. It's moving out of city centers. You can find sustainability programs in like BF, Kansas now, Missouri, middle of nowhere, Canada, Manitoba. It's kind of neat. The local ingredients mission is kind of moving away from novelty to the core mission of a lot of places. The only thing that I'll say about this is that this is a wonderful trend and it should continue, but it can't be an end in of itself. The drinks still have to be good. A customer is not going to order a drink just because it's sustainable. That might get their attention, but they'll try it once if it's weird and never come back. So like, again, you can be sustainable and make it from recycled limes, but is it delicious enough for them to order again? It can't just be sustainable. It also has to be good. I think I don't know, it should be obvious, but I guess it's not. Oh, great. Last one. Listen, AI is changing stuff. It's just a fact. The reason it's changing stuff is not because bartenders are jumping on it. It's because AI salespeople are begging you to try their products in any possible way you can. Because guess how they make money? By finding new ways to utilize these products that cost a ton of money. Bar GPT, AI-generated cocktails. Diageo is using AI in the off-premise section for customers to scan a QR code on their bottles, and they recommend cocktails to make with those products. That's kind of neat. And then there's this cool podcast called Drinking with Robots, where they literally compete against the AI to say who can make an original rye whiskey cocktail. And they pit it against the bartender, and they do a taste test live in the podcast. I'm not even going to dip into the sustainability issues of AI. If you're interested in learning about the sustainability complications of AI, that's an interesting topic. But it's going to keep changing stuff. So, I don't know, be prepared for that. Boop. Boop. There you go. Listen, the one thing that AI can't change, if it's any consolation, is hospitality. People, turns out, if you've seen the robot bartenders in Las Vegas, that's a neat show, but no one is a regular at the robot bartender. They will go see an honest-to-God real person. If you want to talk about the value of hospitality, the value of those third spaces, the values of cafes, bookstores, bars, coffee shops, The Great Good Place, it was published in the 80s, and man, this is the most empowering book about our industry that I've ever read. It's like truly an optimistic piece of literature like no other. And it's beautiful. Cool. Guys, my name's Matt Ray. I'm gone after this, but I'm not dead. You can reach out to me at mray@sazerac.com. And if you want to talk about buzzballs, we can always do that.